Hello, welcome back to We Trade Bitcoin by Thunderstorm. All of this video in this channel, it will be a strategy for Bitcoiners who hold Bitcoin, who want to trade Bitcoin, to earn Bitcoin. It might not make sense for you guys who trade Bitcoin with USDT in cash and hope to earn cash. I mean, if you have one portfolio to trade Bitcoin up and down, maybe this might not best video for you, best channel for you. But anyway, if you are Bitcoiner, if you are looking to get more Bitcoin, to earn more Bitcoin, and or to stack the sats, right? This made for you guys. Okay, let's take a look in weekly chart. In this video, it will be connect from previous video. Please check my previous video yesterday or 2 more video earlier. You will understand what I'm talking about in this video. Okay, so this week we have a pullback for continuation in past 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago we hope Bitcoin to close weekly above this level, but we got heavily pullback, and then again this week price was push back up, and then we got pullback again. From this scenario, so let me open volume, trading volume. So this is what we see here. Do you spot something here? I will show you. So the volume are the sellers are the winner here, right? Because if you're looking at I like to split trading volume and the market sentiment into each time frame, right? So if we're looking at, I will start from this low. Okay, if we look at this low, at the lowest low here until when it stopped, you will see we have, of course, heavily selling pressure here, but in the big picture we have a buyer coming to buy almost all the time. Sorry, so today I have a sneeze because I feel a little bit sick today. So, and then if we split from the upside to the top, we see on the upside we have more buyer here, and then the seller just start to come here, right? Seller come later, and then next we start from the top to the bottom, should be here. The lowest we have here, we have selling pressure here, and then buy and sales, both sides drop, and then anyway we see selling pressure here quite a lot here from the beginning. It not stopped yet until at this phase of sideways. We will measurement from the lowest here until today. This is what we found. We have a little of buy volume, right? But we have more bigger of selling pressure. In the past week we have only sales here. So in this case we can assume 2 things. First, of course, in this period of time, seller is the winner. Right? This is first scenario, first assumption. And then the second assumption is we see the selling pressure decreasing week by week, right? So it shows possibility of weakness of seller also, right? So we can assume, what if the seller going to stop this week or next week? Is that possible? First, we never know, but we have the clue is right now at this time the seller is the winner. And then the second clue that we have right now, the seller getting weaker week by week, right? Is it? It means, can we go up from here? Can we go up from this week? We never know unless we zoom into a daily chart. Let me zoom in the daily chart and close the volume here. Okay, when we look at the daily chart, I want you to focus on support and resistance of the sideways channel in this zone, right? Okay, yesterday in my previous video I am talking about the candle. I'm talking about this candle. This look like a doji, and anytime when doji happen, when we look back in the history, when doji happen, or here for example, the price stop moving sideways and trend change down, right? After doji, something is happening, is going to happen, right? So this, I was assumed the price should go back up because we have a bullish candle after the doji. So I assume price might bounce back here and then come this way, but my assumption was wrong. Okay, first, in trading, you need to accept when you are wrong. The strategy might be different from hodler or peer trader, right? We trade to get more Bitcoin, and then as long as we make profit, it's all good, it's all good. But sometimes we need to accept the loss also, right? In trading, I want you to, if you're looking at this, if you're Bitcoin hodler, if you're true believer, I want you to set your mind. You need to have a mindset different from your hodler, because if you hold it for long term, you have low time preference. You can hold it and wait until price recover back to your level. But in trading, we not gonna stick to the time low preference that we use in the strategy of hodling or something like that. We're talking about how to make profit in short period of time here, right? So I was wrong. I accept that I was wrong here. The price not going back up, but anyway, as long as we have a winning rate higher than losing rate, that's okay. That's okay. First, I talk about this on my Patreon channel, on Patreon page, and we are talking about how to trade in details and my strategies. I wrote about this. I wrote about when the price break below this war zone. You see the green mark here in the darker color here. This is my war zone. Anytime when price came back to here, I will buy, and then if it broke this level, I will keep up, right? But the strategy is I will not keep up immediately after price break here, because we still have a possibility, is there a chance that price will break and then push back up above like this. This is also a possibility. So the key is this war zone, this level. this level. So I will waiting for this level. If this candle, daily candle, push back up to this level and not able to break back up just a little bit, this is what I hope, just a little bit over here, just a little bit. If it cannot, this means the weakness. This means the weakness of buyer. The buyer, people who want to buy here, doesn't have enough volume or amount of people who want to buy at this level. So what about next? What about next? Let me zoom into, okay, let me show you one thing here. This is a scenario I made on my Patreon yesterday. A scenario will be more likely to happen and B scenario is less likely to happen. Anyway, in this case, you have to have a trader mindset. Trader mindset means you buy low, you sell high, you trade and you speculate the price. And the best way to make an analysis, speculation, you need to come with at least a second plan. You have the first priority of your plan, the more likely to happen, and the secondary plan if your assumption was wrong. Okay, in this case I was wrong, so I changed the color, the green color, into B scenario. So I mark it on my trading view, so I will not forget anything you think about the price. It's better to write it down, it's better to note it, it's better to draw it on trading view. And then, okay, what next? This is my thought yesterday. These lines mean when price pull back or break below here, I will wait it push back up here to bounce back to this level, and then I will add short position, and I will look if it not able to break. If it's not able to break, I gonna accept the loss of this position that I long here in this zone, right? So when we take a look at, let me zoom in more in daily chart here. Okay, this is the strategy when you winning the trade. For example, last time we enter here, so we have a right this, and then we make profit here, or we short from here, and then we take profit there. But at this time, I get in long position around this area, right? So price push back up, and if it's not able to break, pull back just a little bit below this gray zone, here. I will just accept the loss and get out from the position. A little bit of loss, right? But when you win, you need to have a higher percentage of winning here. The losing is very small, right? Look at my drawing here. Okay, but you get my point, right? So this is my strategy. So right now I have bias of this scenario, B scenario, and then when we zoom back to see a bigger picture here, so this is one thing that we have to be to keep in mind in the bigger trend. Yeah, in the bigger, okay, let's zoom back to here until yeah, this is it. In the bigger trend, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Higher high at least. So we didn't see higher low below 32, 33 yet. Here, this will be a key, right? So we can assume price might go sideways, could go back up, could go down also. So, but in the bigger term of the analysis, I give it, this it look like a bull market for me, or at least sideways. All right, it doesn't look like bear market yet, just yet. Okay, here on the way down and this week like this and cannot recover, rejection, this is clearly bear market, right? But this is not a bear market yet, at least. And then when we zoom in into sideways period here, look at the sideways period here. Okay, what we have from here? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Okay, in the medium term, this not yet bottom, but it is yet bear market in the medium term, because after this pullback, it cannot reclaim this level and then rejection, right? This is a bear market in the medium term. So we have to see in the multiple period of time before you analyze what's going on. And then if we zoom in into a smaller time frame, now I am at 12-hour candle. Okay, this is what we see from 12-hour candle. We're gonna look after the trend change here, because the price came down, rejection, reject here, and then bounce, reject here. So this is after this rejection of this candle double bottom. So a trend change from bearish to sideways like this. So this is a potential of trend change. And then again, what is the potential of this week, end of the week, or next week? We will look at it again in shorter time frame. We see here higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. This last low means something. Yeah, so price, a lot of confusion in between this zone, because it's clearly when bulls and bear, when buyer and seller see the point that they can make the profit, because some people can see, okay, this is big rejection for them, and they hope Bitcoin go to zero and they short them down like this. And then the seller might think this is below the trading level, and here it's come to this level, so they might assume this could be buy opportunity to get Bitcoin at a very cheap price, and if the buyer is winning, it can push back up here, right? So they fight, and during the fight, of course, both sides will win and lost, and some people losing into this because of maybe you do the wrong analysis, but most of the thing that make people losing into trading the sideways is leverage. When you have too much leverage on both sides, even you are short or you're long, for example, if some people short here and then they hope this will break, and then you can see only 112 candle pull back up, like so big, it's so big, this is very bullish, right? And then okay, they lost money, and then above here again for the long, some people they are long here and they hope price will continuation to the upside, but then at the same exact thing, 112 candle chart so big, yeah, fight back up, and then the long side, the buyer, they're losing money, right? But if you have a plan, as long as you have a plan and you know how to scaling in and to scaling out to take the profit at which level, so you can protect your position, you protect your trade, your wealth in these periods of time, right? the last week in the I'll continue from 4-5 days ago. To me, this in my previous video I call this is it bullish candle, and then next day it comes with Doji, which is indecisive. So in this case we have to be careful anytime when Doji appear. It's possible about 10 change. It can change reverse down, it can go back up like this, okay? But in this case, okay, this is clearly down, right? So I change scenario from A back into B, and I already got into short position here. In this video on YouTube, I will not recommend you to follow my trade strategy here, because I did not explain more about the strategy. But if you like to follow strategies or key takeaways or some important things in the smaller time frames, I recommend you to follow me and support me on Patreon. I have my Patreon page link in the description of this video, right? But on the daily chart, on a big picture, when you hear me talking about I will short here, I will long here, please not just follow me on this, right? Because keep in mind, our strategies are not the same. If you are a trader and you trade with USDT and you are in and out 100%, it's not my strategy. My strategy, this is a trading Bitcoin from Bitcoin to earn more Bitcoin, right? So this is how we can make extra money from our Bitcoin spot position, all right? So please keep in mind. And then, okay, price. Oh, this is don't know what to say, man. This is unexpected to me, but anyway, we accept loss. It's not so much loss, it's just a little of percent here. So again, we have to reset the bias. So now I'm looking at this way, the lower side, the lower price possibility. So what else? I got into short, and if the price here, let's zoom into this, if when it back below this gray zone here, I will just exit my long and accept loss. That's okay, that's fine, it's not a problem, it doesn't matter, it's not a big position, because we are talking about scaling in, scaling out, short and long, and protect the loss all the way up and down on my Patreon, so that's not a problem. Okay, today I have to keep my eye close to this candle. It's very important because, okay, one more clue I want to share with you here is this. When you're looking at this rejection, right? Anytime when price come down, look at how many of rejection we have here. Yesterday I put the black mark here on Patreon page, and I said, look at this. If we see the price push back up, could be a good sign also, right? But it's not able to push back up in the 1 12-hour candle, but next 12-hour candle now is pushed back up half already. So not so bullish about this, because it's not so quickly as we expected. So today, next 12 hours, keep our eye close to this green mark here, this gray zone here. I call it war zone. Right now, if we are looking at the bearish scenario right now, this zone of price between here to those rejection here becomes resistant, become a resistance for the price to able to break up, and it's quite thick, you know. So this time it's not easy for Bitcoin to be able to break back up into the whole level here, because when we look at the history chart, keep in mind how long for a month that people are, they bought here, they hope price will going to whatever up or down, but when the price below it come back to the same level that people buy and sell, the emotion and the so many things will come to the trade. They might just get out of the trade and then hope to re-enter again, also possible. So I think this is not really bullish case for Bitcoin right now, more bearish, and we still have the potential of the price might pull back even down below this 12-hour candle, because here, because of last low here was 35, 33, 34, around here 34. So we might see price come to this level, right? So in this case, to get in short position seems like not a bad idea, because we clearly see the seller win yesterday, right? So do not upset. I am upset a little bit, but that's fine. That is a part of the game. So first thing first, if you have your own strategy, you win 3 times, you lose 1 time, that's fine. That's fine, right? Even you win 1 time and you lose 1 time, 50-50, that's also fine, as long as you know how to manage your risk, right? So this is all for today, and we will see things will fold out again after 12 hours, after 8 hours. Today, keep your eye on the market, and see you in next video. Goodbye. Have a good day.